Well, hello and welcome to Volunteer Vibes. I'm Denise Middleton. Hope you guys are doing well on this Friday morning. I know it's been a busy, rough week, but you know what? We are here to bring you some positive vibes, and giving back puts people in a good mood, makes you feel good. So that's what we are here for. And I have several guests here today to do just that, to tell us about all the fun things that are happening this weekend and how you can help out with that. And so I want to bring in our first guest, Danielle. She is with US Vets. Of course, it is a holiday weekend. We have Memorial Day on Monday. So welcome. Good morning to you. I know you guys are pretty busy.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. And we are incredibly busy with Memorial Day coming up on
Yeah.
Monday. We have a full program we have in place for anyone who would like to attend. And also, there's always a need for volunteers.
Of course.
This is
So what can folks do to make sure it's successful? Because I know you guys have this each and every year, but what
yes.
do you all need in particular?
So particularly for Memorial Day, we will need volunteers to help with serving, setup, breakdown, and all around crowd control and availability just to help as staff will need it because it is a program featuring media, particular stakeholders in the community and our community of veterans as well, and just around and other people that we may have extended an invitation to. So just all around crowd control, help with serving and setup and as needed. Sometimes you're gonna have to be a go for, as they would say. um, and that, that's coming up Monday. But in general, we have events and activities for our veteran clients on a monthly basis.
Oh, okay.
And our wonderful volunteer veteran activities coordinator, Stephanie Brooks, who will join us. She oversees all of the amazing activities we have on a monthly basis for our veterans. We also have an upcoming project where there's a need to paint our service centers, definitely in need of some resprucing and freshening up. And that would be awesome if we can mobilize a group of volunteers to help us with that. And then later on in the year, we have our major fundraiser, Guitars and Cars, which is in conjunction with the Wings Over Houston Air Show. And that is where we will also need volunteers. And it's a great opportunity for them to see the air show and see our
Yeah,
car
that
show.
sounds fun.
So, we are a local nonprofit here in Houston, and there's always a need for volunteers and community partnership, sponsorships. We are just always looking to connect and build our network because the need is great and the work is needed, and until we can get rid of the issue of, or I'm sorry, in the stigma of veteran homelessness and what their families need and their supportive services that we provide, there's always going to be a need. There's always going
Yeah.
to be a need for that.
And you mentioned a lot of opportunities. So if you guys are just now joining us, of course, you can always check Volunteer Houston's portal. You can look on their
Yes.
website and take a look at all these different things that are going on. So you can figure out what works best for you. But back to Monday, though, because I know you got a lot planned. Where is this happening, and what time do volunteers need to show up?
Sure. Well, we definitely just don't want volunteers showing. I would like them to contact first because
Okay.
it's only like 2-3 days away. So I would need some organization, but volunteers can contact me and I'll give my phone number at area code 832-986-8217 or email me at drichardson@usvets.org. Now, the need for volunteers would be, I would say around 10:30 to 11. We would like them to show up depending on what type of shift or the need would be. So we would need them to show up at that time from about 10:30, 11 to 2. That would be great. And the address is 4640 Main Street, Houston, Texas. And you'll see the Midtown Terrace, but it is US Vets. You'll see our sign, our marquee under there as well.
Okay, now is this like a family friendly event as far as
Yes.
volunteers? Can the kids come out and help and volunteer as well? What can they do?
Definitely. This is for families as well, but we wouldn't want anyone underage without an adult there to accompany them. But if you would like to bring your family, your children, that would be great too. We welcome that as well.
Okay, and I know you gave your contact information. We do have a comment section, so Danielle, whenever you get a chance, if you can just put your phone number in there, just in
Okay.
case someone wasn't able to jot it down. But
Yes.
yeah, well, we sure hope you guys get enough volunteers. How many more do you need?
We get about 5 to 7, that would be good. So it's not a great, we have a great group of volunteers who will be serving and cooking the food, which is awesome. So
Okay.
so we have that, but we do need other like support for setup, breakdown, crowd control.
And since they will be around a lot of people, and these are veterans, I'm sure maybe older people, do they need to wear a mask or do they need to be vaccinated at all, the volunteers?
We would prefer that they wear a mask. We prefer if they would, of course, gloves, and we have sanitizer available as well. Again, that would be with we would get with our volunteer coordinator who would handle the logistics of what the requirements are for a volunteer. So she handles that portion of it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's good to know. Danielle, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great time.
Thank you.
All right. And so I have another guest that I want to bring on this morning. We have David with Houston Habitat for Humanity. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So you guys always have various shifts that folks can help out with. So this is an ongoing need at the Restore, right? Tell us exactly what you need volunteers to help with.
Right. So the Restore, we have two actually brick and mortar stores in the greater Houston area, one off of West 34th and 290, and then one off of the South Loop and Wayside. And these are general good homes, general good stores. You can find stuff that's brand new. You can find stuff that's gently used, donated. And volunteers, when they volunteer there, they'll be helping, doing some donation support. So helping download our trucks. There'll be pricing. There'll be stocking, reorganizing the store, really helping our staff kind of get everything in order with all the donations that we have coming in. And the proceeds from these stores actually go back into building more affordable homes in Houston, which is there is a great need.
And so tell us about some of the shifts that you have available and when they can sign up to come out.
Yeah, so they can sign up Tuesday through Saturday. We do have two shifts. So the morning shift is from 9 to 12:30, and then the afternoon shift is from 1 to 4:30. So whenever you can fit that into your schedule, we'd always love to have you over.
And how important is this store? I guess how long have you had it? How long has the Restore been around?
The Restore, I believe, has been around for at least 10 years. The one off of West 34th has been, it's a newer store. We also have a new online store. So Houston
Oh, okay.
Habitat, HoustonHabitatRestore.com. You can find your purchases there, whether you can get them shipped to you or you can stop by the Restore and pick up as well.
So this has been around for a long time, and you guys pretty much need volunteers. There's a critical need for volunteers at these stores,
Yes.
right?
Right. It's one of our lesser known volunteer opportunities. They do need help. Like I said, taking the donations from the Greater Houston area uh, donors and sorting them, pricing them, putting them in the right places, and also just helping shoppers with their shopping needs because it's a kind of a big store. Everything's in different areas, so it is sometimes helpful to have somebody that has knowledge of where things are at.
Gotcha. And if they're looking to do maybe something else, you all have other volunteer opportunities coming up anytime soon?
Yes, so we have partnered with community gardens in the Greater Houston area. One is in Sedagast, and then another one is in Fifth Ward as well. And so you can find volunteer opportunities for those typically on a Saturday. One of them is from 8 to 1, and the other one, I believe, is from 8:30 to 11. So you'll be helping, planting, harvesting, weeding, tending to the garden with the garden needs. And those
Oh,
are typically in areas where they don't have, access to a lot of fresh fruits or even just stores that are not quite there in food deserts.
okay. Is there anything else volunteers need to know before they head out or sign up for any of the shifts?
No, we require no previous knowledge of how to do anything. We have all the supplies that are needed. We just ask that you do follow the instructions when you do go to Volunteer Houston. There is instructions on how to sign up and follow those instructions to do our online waivers and all those things.
All right. Awesome. David, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we have one more guest here with us. Matt, good morning to you. He is with WHAM, also known as West Houston Assistance Ministries. And they have the fourth annual Spring Dash taking place in a couple weeks. So he's here to tell us about that, because you always need to get volunteers ahead of time. That's always good, so that, you know, everything works out well day up. And Matt, looks like you are on mute. So if you can hit unmute. There we go. All right. So I know you guys have been preparing for this for a while. Tell us a little bit about the ministry and what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so this is our fourth annual Spring Dash event. We do this every time in June, right on the first weekend, the first Saturday. But this is only our second one in person. So in 2020, the pandemic hit. So it started in 2019. It was a great success. Of course, pandemic hits in 2020 in March. And so June is when we hold the event. So we did virtual that year. We came back, said, all right, 2021, Omicron was happening. So we went a virtual again. But I think it's time we get back in person. Everybody wants to be outside. It's going to be a beautiful event on Saturday. Volunteers will be there at 7 a.m. The event's at 8 a.m. And it'll go to about 11:30. It's a 5K and a 1K run. So a lot will be going on with the runners. We expect our 1K runners to be done in an hour, and then they'll come for post-event activities. Then our 5K will be done hopefully by 10 a.m. So then they're going to have event activities and all that kind of stuff. So just a great family fun event. Kids are welcome, families are welcome, corporations, everybody. A lot have signed up for the event, so it is going to be big, which is why we're pushing for volunteers just 2 weeks out or 10 days out.
Right. So this is happening June 4th. What do you need volunteers to do specifically?
Yeah, specific. So setup and breakdown. And course marshals. So because this is a 5K and it's going to be around the West Chase district, it is all over the parks. It's along the trail. It is a big trail for a 5K run. So there's no really laps. You're actually able to do it in one loop and hit the 5K. So a great opportunity for our runners. But in order to keep them on track and to stay on the course and make sure that the water stations are full throughout the course and all that kind of stuff, on a hot June Saturday, we will need course marshals, most importantly, around. And then, of course, post-event breakdown. So our needs are pretty simple. We'll have shaded areas. We'll have tents along the course so volunteers can be in the shade. They won't have to be in the sun getting beaten down. But we'll ask the volunteers, of course, to help with the water stations and stuff like that along the course, which is part of being a course marshal. So very simple, easy to sign up. We have our Volunteer Houston page. All you got to do is join the other 10 to 12 we already have signed up. Simply click the link, sign up, and you'll get an email notification, all that kind of stuff. No need to worry about if you know the course or not. On June 1st, which is next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we're going to do a Zoom call to fill everybody in on the details of what they'll need to do in terms of setup and all that kind of stuff, post breakdown, where to stand as a course marshal along the track. So very simple, very easy. But Wednesday we'll do a training. And if you can't make it, that's okay. The Zoom will be recorded and sent to everybody in an email that signs up. So simple. Just Volunteer Houston, WHAM Ministries, and you'll see our event right there, Spring Dash.
Oh, well, that's great. So like you guys are very organized. Now, I know this is, to raise money to fight poverty and hunger in West Houston. Tell us more about that and how much you all have been able to raise.
Yeah, so our biggest thing is we've gotten a lot of grants. We've been very fortunate. We've gotten a lot of federal grants and a high quality. I won't say the number, but it is up there, like 7 digits. And it's really because the need is there. And like right now, I'm looking outside my office window, and we have over about 300 cars lined up for a food drive right now. Mm-hmm. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we do a food drive for our clients, and it starts at 9 a.m. and it ends by noon. Estimated by noon. We won't turn people away for food. We never do. So we finish it, but we try to get it knocked out by noon. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are doing a food drive. So volunteers is an ongoing need at West Houston Assistance Ministries because we are fighting hunger. We are fighting poverty. Our clients have access to financial services, ESL classes. We're part of the life cycle of our clients, and we have thousands of clients that are in need of help. So we have a large need for volunteers and people that want to give back to the West Chase community, and that's all the people that we serve. So ongoing need all the time, and our food drives is very, very important. That's why it happens 3 times a week.
Yeah, that is wonderful that you all are able to do that. And so for the race, how many volunteers do you need?
Yeah, so for the race, we're asking about 15 to 20.
Okay.
We're almost there. You know, we got about 10 to 12. So another push for another 10 would never hurt. You can't have too many volunteers, I would say, for an event like this, as it will be hot. And we want to make sure that our runners are good, our volunteers are good, our staff is good, and just everybody's having a great time, because that's what this event is about. After the race, there's going to be music, food, a DJ. We're doing bouncy houses. I mean, it's a whole party.
Oh man.
So, yeah.
Well, with that said, I'm sure it's a good idea to bring the kids to volunteer, even though they may get a little distracted from the bouncy house.
That's right. That's right. So if the parents, you got your kids and they start annoying you or getting out of hand, you can just put them in the bouncy house and they can have a great time. So it's all good.
Oh man, that sounds like a lot of fun. Matthew, thank you so much. I hope everything is a huge success and that you all are able to raise plenty of money.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and bring in Miss Gayla Wilson with Volunteer Houston. You see, she's already got a beautiful, colorful glasses on. So she is ready to go. She's all stylish for us on this Friday morning. Hey, Gayla.
Hey, Denise. Good morning. Good morning, viewers. How are you guys today?
Well, no one's talking to us in the comments right now. Let me go ahead and check. I was wondering if anyone had any questions. You guys know you can always hit up the comment section and let us know if you have any questions or concerns about anything. But Gayla's here to tell us about some more volunteer opportunities that are happening this weekend in case you want to, take a look at those instead.
Exactly. So we have a couple of really great opportunities. We have one for this weekend that helps to support community gardens and farming, especially for refugees, with a wonderful organization called WHAM Houston. And twice a month, they basically need volunteers to come out on Saturdays. It is a family-friendly event, probably a little bit older children. I'd say probably anywhere, probably 8 to 10 and up, because smaller kids might, we don't want them to be harmed or anything else, but they just basically need help for these individuals who have different types of plots for their community gardens with farm work. So anything, whatever they need help with is what you're going to end up doing. It could be helping to plant. It could be help to harvesting. You could be pulling weeds. So it's definitely manual type labor. It is outdoors. You do need to wear long pants. You need to probably wear either a long sleeve shirt, or definitely make sure that you bring sunblock, because it's going to be warm, and a hat. But anything that they basically need help done would be a great way to get not only younger children out, but also the whole family to get out and volunteer and help support community gardens and farming for refugee families. So that's one opportunity. And then, Denise, we have a couple of really good opportunities for next Saturday. One is helping the Social Justice Learning Institute with their Urban Scholars Culmination event. It is next Saturday, June the 4th, and they have two opportunities. They need people to help with the pre-planning of the event. And so that's everything from the day of event coordination, run of shows, and the event logistics. And so that's pre-volunteer opportunities. And then on the 4th, they need help with setup from 9 to 10:30. They need help during the event from 11 to 3, and they need volunteers from 2 to 3 with the breakdown of the event. It is family friendly from ages 16 and older. It is an indoor event, so you're not going to be outside in the heat. And this is a good opportunity for high school students who are looking for volunteer hours to get some extra volunteer hours in when they're thinking about different organizations and clubs that they want to be a part of, as well as for planning for college. It's always a great way to have them on your college resume. And then the last one is the pre-Juneteenth health fair with the Houston Area Urban League. It is next Saturday. They need volunteers from 8 to 10 to help with setup, from 10 to 12, just working the various volunteer stations, and from 12 to 1:30 with breakdown and cleanup. And this is going to be a celebration for Juneteenth in advance with a health and wellness fair. It's at the Palm Center, 5260 Griggs Road from 10 to 1. They're going to have free live performances, food, and fun for the community. There'll be access for the community to get healthcare screenings and then just a lot of other things. So they've got shifts. They need 10 people per shift from 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and from 12 to 2 p.m. And it's family friendly, and they ask for volunteers no younger than 16. It is outdoors, so be prepared to be outside in the weather.
Gayla, thank you so much. There's so much to choose from, as always. And so, again, I want to thank my guests, everyone, for coming on. If you can't make any of these opportunities, hey, tell your family, tell your friends, see if they can make it. And you can always go to volunteerhou.org to check out all of the events that are happening and ways that you can help out and give back. So thanks so much. Hope you guys have a great, safe weekend.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.